Hi students, welcome to Practical Research 2. Before anything else, let's have our intro. For today's lesson for week 2, we will be discussing on the importance of quantitative research across various fields. Are you ready? If you're ready, then let's all start the lesson. Research is an important part of our life as a student, isn't it? In this lesson, we'll be dealing with practical research and its application to different or various fields that you are interested in. By the way, before anything else, let me introduce myself. I am your teacher. I am Sir Stephen Tabal. If you want to contact me and send your files for your assignments, written tasks, or performance tasks, then send me an email, stephen.tabal001 at deped.gov.ph. Question: why is there a research? I want you to think for a few seconds of your answer to this question. Research is there because there's a problem. And if there's a problem, we want a solution, isn't it? Think of a problem and then the solution. And for sure, research is very vital in coming up with that solution. Say, for example, this old picture of the Wright brothers. They want to fly, and it's impossible to fly like birds. But what if they could build something that they could ride on it and it will fly? So that's the problem that they were able to answer. And the solution, they came up with their first ever version of the airplane. But through a lot of processes, research, and modifications, we now have a better version of it. In fact, that's the latest medium-sized airplane. What a wonderful plane it is. And that's a product of research. In communications and even in publishing, they used to use typewriter. You put a paper and you type on it, but it's difficult not to commit mistakes because there's no delete function. Instead, you need to use a fluid to erase your work if you want to change it. But now, using a high-end laptop and printer, you can now even print without a wire because it's connected wireless like a Bluetooth, or it could be in the internet. You can even print your work even if you are far away from the printer. Like you're still working from the office and you want to print that file at home, you can do that because of advancement in technology, and that's a product of research. So in where particular fields research has been used? Of course, there are a lot, but we will just mention a few based on the module. Social sciences, natural and physical sciences, agriculture, fisheries, sports, and even in business, arts and design, ICT, environmental science, engineering, medicine, etc. Are you familiar with this picture? And I guess the answer is yes. The world is shaken because of this virus, the COVID-19, or better known as SARS-CoV-2. And we're almost a year in the Philippines wherein we are suffering the effects of this virus. from economy to education, entertainment, walking in the park, and even our relationship with each other, like talking to our friends, physically are affected with this virus. But what is the move of our government in terms of helping us deal with the virus? The answer still on research. They're doing a lot to answer this problem. We may not be an advanced party or people in terms of research because this is big task that needs a lot of money, but in our own little ways we are doing a lot of things in terms of research. One good example is that from DUST, they're done with their study for about 6 months in VCO, or virgin coconut oil, and it was found out that 60 to 90% efficacy rate of the VCO for very mild cases of COVID-19. That's why memes like this are coming out, because it shows that in the left side of the picture in March of 2019, we're trying to flex our new InPods, a wireless headset that you can listen to music and call your friends without wires. But today, what we are flexing is the use of the alcohol to kill the viruses in our hands. Make sure you're using the right one, 70% alcohol. Look at the picture below. I want you to explain briefly this picture in terms of research in the field of sports. Is it really helpful to use such thing? What do you think? What is the purpose of that? Accordingly, studies have shown that if you use that one while walking, jogging, practicing basketball or any other sports, or walking or running in a treadmill, will make you more healthy. Some would say that it could make your lungs function well. But of course, be careful, because if your lungs are not that good, it might have a bad effect on you. So when professional athletes would play like LeBron James, they could last longer, like 48 minutes without resting in a game of basketball. That's a product of research. In the field of agriculture, there are also innovation and advancement based of research. So instead of spraying fertilizers on the crops, doing it manually, you can use drones. You can even check if it's already ripe or ready to be harvested, if there are pests and other organisms in it. That's a product of research. In the field of engineering or robotics, they are using research to put just one person that will manipulate in the manufacturing industry that should be done with 10 or more people, thus saving a lot of manpower. But of course, it will also have a great impact to employment. In the field of ICT, look at the picture below. The one on the right side is the person which is far, far away from the construction site. And if you look at the picture, there's no driver in the heavy equipment. Through 5G connection, a very fast internet connection, the driver could drive the equipment, which is hundreds of kilometers away from the site, without even going there, because of that connection, which is a product of research. For your written task for this week, week 2, I want you to answer activity 1, found on page 8, and this one too in activity 2, and what I have learned, which is the relevance of research to different discipline, And of course, this one, contribution to each of the following fields, but focus on your particular field where you belong. And lastly, this one, what I can do, just pick the field where you belong so that you'll be able to come up with a good answer. Just follow the format in the example below. Reminders for this week, just write all your answers in the band paper and send it together with your other subjects during the distribution of the module. If you have no more questions, just continue to study, be safe, wear your mask, social distance, and enjoy your module. Just email me if you have questions, or you can PM me directly in my Facebook account.